Nelson Mandela once said that what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. Civil servants are those unsung heroes that work tirelessly to make a difference while upholding the backbone of our nation so that we, the public, can have a peaceful and smooth life. A very good morning to all gathered here. I, Mayala Nazareth, on behalf of the organizers, extend a heartfelt welcome to all the students, staff, dignitaries of the days, and our esteemed guests. We have gathered today to explore the realms of civil services as a promising and noble career choice, to unravel the significance of embracing civil services as a path that demands dedication, integrity, and a steadfast commitment to the well-being of our society. But before we embark on this session, I call upon all our dignitaries to take the stage and the dais. Before we embark on our session, let's take a moment to seek the blessings of the Almighty. I request Anushka and her team to lead us into prayer.
Shepherd of my soul, I give you full control. Wherever you may lead, I will follow. I have made the choice to listen for your voice. Wherever you may lead, I will go. Wherever you may lead, I will go.
Thank you, team, for leading us into prayer. This occasion is not an event. It's a celebration of connection and camaraderie. As we come together, let us relish the opportunity to forge new bonds. To share this expression of joy with heartfelt welcome, I now request Dr. Arjun Nayak from the Rotary Club, Mangalore, to welcome the gathering and also to further lead us with the inaugural.
Wish you all a very, very good morning. Someone unknown once said, civil services is not just a career. It's a calling to make a difference in the life of others. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Mangalore and the St Aloysius College, I consider it an honor to be given an opportunity to welcome each and every one of you to this career guidance program aptly titled Civil Services as a Career. We have a plethora of dazzling gems adorning our dais this morning. Our chief guest and keynote speaker for today's seminar, our very own respected DC of Dakshina Kannada, Shri Mullai Muhilan M P. Sir, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking time off your busy schedule and making it convenient to be with us today. Thank you, sir. I request Father Reverend Praveen Martis to kindly hand over a floral bouquet to our chief guest and formally welcome him. Our star-studded lineup of speakers for today's today's various sessions. Starting with, I'd like to welcome our esteemed resource person, first resource person for the day, Dr. Shankar Ganesh K, Additional Commissioner of Income Tax, Range 1, Mangalore. I request our President, Rotarian Kishan Kumar, to kindly hand over a floral bouquet to Sir and formally welcome him. I'd like to welcome our next resource person, Shri Mahesh Kumar, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mangalore City. Sir, we welcome you. I request our Club Secretary, Rotarian Dr. Siddharth Shetty, to kindly hand over a floral bouquet to Sir and formally welcome him to the gathering. Thank you, sir. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Shri Meera Pandit Madam, Joint Commissioner of Commercial Tax Mangalore, as our resource person for today. I'd like to request our Career Guidance Chairman Cell, Rotarian Naveen Narayan, to kindly hand over a bouquet to Madam and formally welcome her. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome faculty of the St Aloysius College, members of the Rotary Club of Mangalore, and of course, above all, my dear students for this lovely gathering. Thank you for making your presence felt here today. Our chief guest for today is none other than our respected DC of Dakshina Kannada, Shri Mullai Muhilan M P sir. Sir is a 2013 batch Karnataka cadre IAS officer, native of Tamil Nadu. He earlier served as a deputy secretary in the Department of Personal and Administrative Reforms as CEO of Belgavi Smart City Limited, and later as a deputy commissioner of Uttara Kannada district. He was the executive director, Center for Smart Governance, Mangaluru, before his posting to Dakshina Kannada as the DC since June 17, 2023. Sir holds a bachelor's degree in engineering from PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, Dindigul. With this brief introduction and welcome, I invite Sir and all the other dignitaries on the dais to kindly form forward for the lighting of the lamp.
We will next give the platform to the most esteemed guest, to our DC, our dearest DC, who's taken so much valuable time of his and to come and talk here. Sir, the stage is over to you, sir.
Dr. Shri Shankar Ganesh, dear senior and friend, IRS officer, Reverend Father, and ACP of Mangalore, Joint Commissioner Commercial Tax, organizers of the Rotary, and members of faculty, St Aloysius, my dear student friends, very good morning to all of you. May I know the profile of ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಪ್ಪ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್ and second year? All of you are there. So raise no one by one. First year yaru? Okay. Second year? Okay. Third year? Okay. You are all into what courses? BSc? BA? BA what? BA Political Science? Economics? History, psychology, okay, okay. And where are you in the journey in civil services thing? About to take a decision, already taken the plunge, yet to jump, already jumped, watching, huh? How many of you have started or decided that you want to pursue civil services? Okay. So this, you're all, you have come, I mean, was this a voluntary subscription or circular was sent that ee class alla banni anta? Interested, huh? Mixed group, huh? Okay, then please tell me what you want. What is your expectation? Are you having any doubts as to should I come here or not? Why civil services? I don't know. I mean, majority of your 90% of you have now started, no? You've not taken the decision. So what is that you expect? You can ask questions and I'll answer. Huh? Yeah. Anywhere. Come. Okay, why did you choose this profession? Next. What's your name? Saubhagya. Why are you asking this question? Do you want to choose? Okay. Next. Bere. Bega. How do you get through moral dilemmas? Okay. Am I happy with the job? Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Why civil services, sir? Why civil services as a career?
That I chose.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And why should the general public think about it?
I am not prescribing that. You want, you ask. I am not prescribing that all of you to go to civil services.
No, sir, but is this something that the general public should be thinking about? Should
Okay.
be at least a thought.
Okay. See, I have one small piece of advice. Ask a question that is there in your mind. Okay. You don't have to look good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't have to ask a question which is intelligent or you have to show you that this thing. There is something in your mind, right? You have come here because you have taken some decision. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. Because of that interest you have come here. But something is there for you to ask. Ask that question, which is your question. Yeah.
Sir,
You ask, you stood up, no.
how do I start from scratch?
How do you start from scratch?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you? Okay. Okay. How many times did I fail? Satisfied with my post. Okay.
Hello sir, good morning sir.
Good morning, dear.
ಸರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಓದಬೇಕಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ ನಂತರ ಓದಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು ಬೇರೆನೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಅದು ಓದೋ ಥರ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದರ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ 50% ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸನ್ನು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ 50% ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಯಾರು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್,
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ percentage.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Not for you. That's for the previous fellow.
I know, sir. ಸರ್, ನಾವು ಈಗ ಕಲಿತೀವಲ್ಲ, ನೀವೀಗ IAS ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳು, ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜರ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ದ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮಿಟೆಡ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಅಸ್ಪೈರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಶುಡಂಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, ಸರ್.
Good morning, sir. So, I have been consulting to many people regarding this preparation. So, everybody give different opinions who are preparing, like our seniors. So, can we get a clear-cut information about how to prepare, regarding NCRT and other syllabus?
What are you doing?
BA first year.
No, apart from consulting, as far as civil service.
No, this BA and I was preparing for this NCRT.
No, what are you actually reading?
NCRT.
Okay, got your question.
Yeah, so like other books and all, what and all we can refer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Since we are in the last year of our education, so is it better to take a break and prepare for the services, or is it better to complete our masters and then start the preparation? Which is the best time to start, sir?
Good morning, sir. So there is a general perspective that IAS exams are really difficult to crack. So what is the goal? Like, how much do we have to study? Is it really that difficult to crack it, or is it our own mental ability?
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. What is the base level preparation and commitment we need to be ready for as a beginner?
ಬೇಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ?
Like if we start, how many hours we need to put into it?
So my question to you is, it says that civil service as a career, but it's a career where you are providing service to the public. I want to know the aspects of I should be able to take care of the public as well as my family. So what are the, like, how high do you need to reach where you can provide a very stable environment for your family also?
I didn't get that question. Not your problem. I was lost in thought. Can you just repeat?
My question to you, sir, is civil service is a service where you are providing service for the public. So when you are doing this as a career, I like, if I have like my family, I should be able to support my family also. So how high do I need to be in terms of
ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Exactly.
ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಕೇಳಿ. ಗಾಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ? ಮಿಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಮೈ ಜರ್ನಿ ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಬಹುದು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು click all this, touch all these topics. And anyway, there are many people, and Shankar Ganesh sir was himself, he has written a book on economics, which is like, at least in Tamil Nadu, whoever prepares civil service, they mandatory read his book on economics. So he is much more suitable person to tell about the specifics of the examinations and a lot more, and his journey also. What I meant to say is, like, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರದು ಅನುಭವಗಳು ಸಹ ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಮ್ಮದು ಯಾಕೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ಥಾಟ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಜೆನ್ಯೂನ್ಲಿ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರು. ಕ್ಲರಿಕಲ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದರು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಟ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದು ದೇ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಆವಾಗ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು, ಇದು ಆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್, ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಸಮ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಮೈಂಡ್ ವೈ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಗ್ರೂ ಅಪ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ದೆನ್ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದುವಂಥ ಹುಡುಗ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್. ಐ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವೈ ಐ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. So it was the only option. I didn't know that there are other options which existed till I went to Delhi for my preparation. I didn't know that BA history is such a hard fought this thing. St Stephen's ಅಲ್ಲಿ 99% ಗೆ seat ಮುಗಿದೋಗುತ್ತೆ, you will not even get a seat there ಅಂತ. That and all we did not know. We did not grow up in that environment. So that's how we landed up in engineering. I was interested to the extent that I was like all of us, ಓದಬೇಕು, you get out of that, and then major ಇದು ಏನಿರುತ್ತದೆ, you have to land yourself in a job. ಅಲ್ಲಿ aspirations will be like you get placed, you get a good rank, you get placed. That was the general this thing. That's how I this thing. But +2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ PU +2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ I did not score very great score which can get me a government seat. ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೀಟ್ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಒಂದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ವಯಬಲ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಇಸ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ prestigious, and you get a very good peer group, and then ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ and all that kind of things. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ, so that was not there because I did not get that kind of score. So that's when I went into thinking as to what to do and all that. ಇದೇ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಥರ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರು, ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು 2 ದಿವಸ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ನಡೀತು, ಆಯಿತಾ. ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೇ, ಆನ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಡೇ ಎಂಡ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್, ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದಿಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ process, whatever was there in that mindset, I went and told that, every day I cross the collector's bungalow, collector anta karitivi Tamil collector's bungalow, to go to school. I see that name board there, somebody's name is there. One day I want to see Mullai Muhilan IAS there anta I told that in college in the first day. ಯಾಕಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂತು ಕಟ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, what term do you use? Somebody who is first bencher, enthusiastic, ನರ್ಡಾ? ಫುಲ್ ಅಮೇರಿಕನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಕಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಲೋಕಲಾಗಿ ಏನು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನರ್ಡ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಯೂಸಸ್ ನರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್? ಏನಂತ? ತಲಮಂಡೆ, ಬಲ್ಲಮಂಡೆ ಅಂತನಾ? ಆಯಿತು. So something like that, okay. So I went and told. So that became my nickname in college. So kind of everybody called me as collector. 4 ವರ್ಷ ನಾನು collector ಅಂತಾನೆ I was called. But college gave a lot of opportunities to explore myself. I was interested in doing a lot, many things, not just academics. I was feeling happy in organizing things. I was in NSS, I was in YRC, I was the fine arts secretary of the college. I was the association head of our department. So idella vicharagal maduvaga I also felt that I feel happy in leading a team, getting something done, doing these things, organize ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ I was excited. And the general brought up also has been like in the family we've newspaper ಓದುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು, it's a very very from a very early stage in life I've had that habit. And ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜನರಲ್ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ಸೋಷಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು is part of the general culture in which I grew up. So all that put together probably gave me the idea that this is the right place where I want to go. So from a middle class setup, when you think where you will feel, one thing is like there's always the dilemma. You told no, finances, this achievement, that, and all that is one side, and then what can give you some kind of a satisfaction where you feel yourself you are there. Idu eradu dilemma madhye you find this thing. So out of that is how I decided that I'll go to civil services. But in between college alli we all started reading all these books. So we all thought we will become entrepreneurs, we will become Narayan Murthy, we will become Larry Page and things like that. So we all got placed in third year of engineering itself. I got placed in a company. So kind of this was, I thought we will all become entrepreneurs, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ IT ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. I have a meeting waiting. So yeah, that's how I started. So I ended up in software. So I also had an educational loan. So I joined a software company which I got placed in Bangalore. But when I joined there and when I started working, I felt personally for me that I was not in the right place, that it was not suiting me, and this is not the place where I want to be. Things that are shown to you as, you know, aspirational things, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ, that has to inspire you, right? That has to motivate you to work. That was not there in me. So I decided this is not the right place. Then my education loan was there. I was able to complete it in 2 years, 20 months. The moment my loan was over, I quit my service. That was a drastic decision. That was not a very well thought out decision, but I had the support of family and friends. Indeed, it was a friend who told me that, you know, I'll give you 10 days, you decide. You're not happy here, this is not where you want to be, then you decide, take a call anta. So on 10 ದಿವಸದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಈವನ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದಟ್, ಯು ನೋ, ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ನಾನು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. But it was my parents who supported. But what I'm saying is, like, there was this family and friends environment. They told that, you know, you can pursue. So on that front, I quit and I prepared. I had gone to Delhi because I also didn't know whom to ask, what to do. Yen gottagirlilla. They told that Delhi is best place to start. So I just, with whatever savings I had, I just left. I didn't know Hindi that time. Landed in Delhi, started preparing. But what was transformative there is my optionals. Then there were 2 optionals. So I had chosen sociology as one of my optionals. We generally start with the second option those days. So sociology class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಇದ್ದವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ JNU or Delhi University or IIT, IIM. This was the kind of group that was there. So I was feeling a little this thing, but then once we started reading the subject and once we started writing and exploring, then I really found that, you know, this is the place I want to be. So those are the best moments of my life, even today. Probably it's not about, I was thinking it's the transformative experience, the preparation is a transformative experience, but probably intense reading and concentrated this thing, giving your 100% and doing something, probably gives you that kind of transformation. So political science and sociology were my optionals. So while reading political science and sociology, I felt extremely ecstatic, and, you know, I was one with that. ಭಾರಿ ರಿವೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುವಾಗ. ಬಾತ್ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಚಿಂತನೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್? ಇಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊವೋಕ್ಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್, ಅದು ನೀವು ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ನನಗೆ it was political science and sociology which carried me through the preparation phase, because I was bad with facts, remembering objective facts and numbers, names, things like that. Though I am an engineer, I was more into concepts and theories and understanding that. So this philosophy, political theory, all these things were very exciting, and that carried me through the journey. And that in fact got me the result also. So the first attempt I was able to clear the examination, but I couldn't get IAS. So I got some 436 rank I got, and I got IRS income tax as a service. So the next attempt, what I did is, like, this is also answering many of your questions, okay? Specific questions which are unanswered, I'll answer. So the next attempt was, in civil services, you start from scratch again, no? It is like zero again. First attempt service you got doesn't mean that you start from there. It is not an incremental change. You'll have to do it all the way, right from the bottom. That did not hit me. You were saying, somebody was saying what all mistakes you did. So I thought it's an incremental this thing, and I started reading a lot more, because reading sociology theory, political science theory and stuff like that, new books and all was very exciting for me. So I kept going into that, too much of that, and not a very focused this thing. Talega ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅನದರ್ 20-30 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಥರ ಏನೋ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರಬೇಕು. So I was only doing this thing, I was not doing my fundamental stuff, doing the thing that was required. So exam ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, the teacher who had this thing in the first attempt, she told me when the second attempt I gave an answer sheet for her evaluation, she told, ನೀನು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಮಾಡು, ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೈ ಫ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಯು this thing. You have to behave like a school student, learn and write what is being asked, don't do all this research kind of nonsense alla ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಬೈದರು. So after writing the examination, I thought I will be in the top 20. I did not get I got an interview call. So after the interview, I thought I will be in top 20. I did not get into the list only. In the second attempt, I did not get into the list itself. So that is what was the second attempt. So then the third attempt was much more meaningful. I was disciplined like in my first attempt. Yakande first attempt alli ondu baya ittu. I had left everything, like I had jumped literally. I left my safety base. Idu ella bittu idu onde gati anta bittidive. So that fear was there. All your peers ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದವರು, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದವರು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್, ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಮನಿ, ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬಿಂಗ್ ಫೇಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಆ ಭಯ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ಮೆಚ್ಯೂರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ಡ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪುಟ್ ಮೈ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಸ್ how do you handle failures ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 1 ವೀಕಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಮಂಡೇ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್, ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಂಡೇ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟಾಪ್ 20, so I was not at all doing anything. So it was only 1 week for your new prelims to prepare, and then this thing, but somehow the exam gives you that kind of confidence and kind of resurgence and things like that probably. So I was able to handle it, and then in the third attempt I got 46th rank and got Karnataka cadre and civil service. I entered into IAS. This is my journey. So there is no specific answer to this question. Yes, I can tell what was given to me. My mother's statement was this, that I don't want you to amass wealth or become a millionaire. All I want to do is, like, there are people who have helped and held our hands and helped us rise in life, right? So we remember them. I want some 10 people to tell that you are a reason for his upliftment in life. That is the goal that was given to me. I don't want to be a millionaire. ಒಂದು 10 ಜನ ಇವನಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಬದುಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾದ ಬದುಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಯರು ನನಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಇದು. ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲಿವ್ ದೇರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ದಟ್ ವೇ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಎಂಡೆಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ನೌ how do my everyday this thing happen, and am I enjoying this? How is it? Andre, it is a very strenuous job, and then moral dilemmas you are talking about and everyday questions. It's a difficult profession. True. I'm sure all of them also will subscribe to that. But it is satisfying. And civil services adalli IAS idella gives you a kind of variety and outlook and exposure, scale of operation that no other profession will give. That is true, that we should give it. That but depth sigata andre gottilla. You may not get a depth, you may not get an opportunity to spend so much and become I was telling, no, I was feeling so excited to read that political science ಅದು ಆ ಥರ ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ಲಿ, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷ್ನಲಿ, ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲಿ. Illi it gives you a lot of exposure. You get to meet a lot of people, creams of the society, people who have spent their lifetime in achieving a lot of things in life. They come and talk to you on a day in and day out basis. So many people come to you. You get a lot of exposure to what is happening around the world. So those things are there. And a lot of kirikiri also will be there. Lot of times you will be irritated, like what am I doing in life? Those things are there. And does it give you opportunity to really offer help and achieve something to keep you happy? Definitely it does. It does give you a lot of opportunity. ಈ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ದಂದರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಟು do a lot of work. And there are a lot of people in the system who have done amazing work, contributed and made amazing difference. Probably you will not know them. ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ನನ್ನ ಕಸಿನ್ ಒಬ್ಳು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನೀನು ಹೋಗಿ 7-8 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವೈರೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ you might not know, who have really transformed things for you, which for us, all of us, you might not know. That is the fundamental tenet of bureaucracy, which is anonymity, and you should not have past or aspirations of future. As in, you should not have obligations, you should not have aspirations of promise. Avagane you can have, that is how you have to handle your moral dilemmas. And obviously the constitution is the single document to help you resolve your dilemmas. So that is what this journey is about. And exciting variety. So I started as an assistant commissioner in a place called Jamkandi in Bagalkot. ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತಾಲೂಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Drought will be there, flood will be there. Sugarcane farmers issues were there. A lot of things. I was able to set up a taluka stadium. This thing, it's running really well now. So I was there only for 10 months, but I have amazing experiences about that. Then I was smart city MD. So urban idalli adu ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ, being a computer science engineer, this ICCC and lot of things we explored and tried to create something. So in Belagavi I was there for 4-5 months. Then I was Corporation Commissioner Shimoga and MD Smart City Shimoga. So there it is a difficult journey. Okay, ಬಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದಿವಸ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಬರೀತಾರೆ, ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಲಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರಾ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ ಹಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ, ನೋ, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಅ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬೈದು ಅಂದರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ಯು. ಬಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಒಂಥರ ಬೇಜಾರ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆಯಿತು, ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಕನ್ನಡ ಓದೋದಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಬೇಕಷ್ಟೆ. So that's how you learn, but then you start to take it in good stead, and then you start to take feedback, and then you grow. And so I was exposed to urban sector. Then I was CEO Zilla Panchayat Ramnagara, where we were able to pick up something small, but with consistent efforts we were able to 17th 18th rank ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ವಿ ನಾವು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. That year with consistent efforts we did put a very conscious effort and strategy, and we became second rank. So this thing was not about the rank, it was about, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು 10th ಪಾಸ್ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು, ಆಯಿತಾ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 10th ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗದೇ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲ ಅದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ bereft of opportunities, and now we are even ceasing them away from rest of opportunities. Our 10th certificate, pass certificate means a lot. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗಾದ್ರೂ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡಿಡ್. ಬಟ್ with consistent effort. They all needed certain specific interventions and help. Urdu medium schools ittu, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಓದಿಸೋರು, they did not know Urdu. Okay, the one who was teaching Kannada did not know Urdu. The kids couldn't understand. So these kind of issues were there. ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸನ್ನು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ then so there in rural development I was exposed and this thing. Then after that I was in DPR as HR this thing. Then I was in Uttar Kannada as DC Uttar Kannada. So couple of months I go there and then COVID second wave stuck. So the learning process was dramatic. The effort and this thing that we put, we ensured that not a single person was left out without oxygen or bed. In Uttar Kannada, where there is not a single private hospital, not even a tertiary care, there is no hospital only, because all of them come to Mangalore. ಈ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Only one medical college was there. So, but we were able to set up 12 ತಾಲೂಕು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಎನ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈನ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂದ ಇವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿ ವರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಫ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಇನ್ ಉತ್ತರ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈಗ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಇನ್ Mangalore. Let's see if Mangalore will give. That's amazing place. Lot of things to learn, as I was telling, lot of people, lot of things to learn. So this is the journey. So day to day affairs will be like this only. Okay, lot of people will come with n number of issues. You will have a lot of issues to resolve. Most of it will be coordination things. Many times it will be just addressing them. Many times it will be just listening to them. Many times you feel a lot more helpless, that it's a systemic issue, what can you do? And in a democracy it is all about competing interest groups. So ಈಗ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತೀರಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಟಾರ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ. ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸರಿಯಾದ ಇದು ನಿಯಮ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೋಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಷರ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಒನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. ದಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಬಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಏನು ತಪ್ಪುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಐ ಫೇಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಐವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್. ಹೌ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಚ್. ಸಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಓದ್ತೀರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎದ್ದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಲೆಗಿಲಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಓದೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ನಿದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ವಾಟ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಟು you and somebody was telling, I have been asking many people and all that. So the first and foremost and simple advice that I will do is stop consulting, stop thinking, start acting. Not about this, about anything. There is no learning, no best teacher than experience. You learn, you jump, you take an action. Now you are all in safe environment of being in college. This is the best place to explore the maximum, try everything and see where you feel happy, see where you feel content, try and understand where you want to go. Adanna ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. Once you leave this platform you will never get that. People are going to expect you to deliver, they are not going to give you opportunity to choose. This is the only place where you can explore and try everything. So try. About civil services thing also, jump, start reading. Start reading. Nothing is going to cost you. It's not going to cost you much, right? ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. You get all of that in online content. A lot of things are there. You just start reading. You start exploring. But one small advice would also be this, that civil services is also, it is not about how tough the exam is, how much commitment you have to give. The toughness is not about the, see, illi It is not mastering anything and then succeeding. It's not like a technical subject. Here the toughness or difficulty is coming only by sheer ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೀಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಬರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಯಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪರ್ ಸೆ or the subjects per se are not, it is not like it needs superhuman intelligence to understand and explore. Adella enilla. It is only because so many of us are competing. And there are people who are like, if you are giving 8 hours, somebody is giving 12 hours, somebody is giving 16 hours. You understand what I am saying? Somebody has been struggling for a long time. Somebody has gone through this journey, experience has taught them a lot. ಅವರೇ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. The exam per se is not about intelligence. It is only about consistent, persistent effort and commitment. ಅದು ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ you should have clarity as to why you want to be here. One simple this thing that I would say is, decide first why you want to be here. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Think about it. Obviously you will not get an answer today, but keep thinking. Why ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ only that answer can keep you and carry through this process. And number 2 is, let's be very frank and ಇದುವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ, it is actually wasting a lot of our prime time and energy. ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂತಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥ, ನಮ್ಮ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಅವರ್ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಅವರ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೈ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುವಂಥ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಇಯರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಮಿಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ think about it, think why you want to come here, have that understanding. Financially, you were asking, financially it is, you get after 7th pay commissioner, you get decent salary. I was working in IT sector. My entire Kandan or whatever, all my peer group or friends, family, all of them are most probably in IT sector or private service sectors. So you get a decent lifestyle. Nothing, I can give very good decent this thing to my family, and decent lifestyle ide, ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ recognition ide, all that is there. You get creature comforts also. So it is not this thing, but probably you cannot live a very lavish lifestyle. Yes, you cannot travel abroad, stay in star hotels and all that kind of thing will not be there. Those things is not possible. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಬರಬೇಡಿ, ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಸೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ದೆನ್ ಯು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲಂಚ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಟ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್, ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಶ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ದರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎ ಫಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. All of them I think would subscribe to this, that you have to have a fallback option. ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರಲಿ, ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಶ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಟ್ರೈ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ನೋ engineers, a lot of them are engineers who are coming, not just engineers. Earlier the days were there when people just out of college used to get into civil services a lot. Now it is not like that. People minimum have 2 years of work experience. ಐದರ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಿ ಜಿನಾದರೂ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್. ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕಿಗೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಟು ಫಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆನ್. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಫಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. One small last this thing is this, that but how has the journey been? The journey has been much more sweeter, transformative, enjoyable than the destination. I am not exaggerating. ಈಗ ಬಿಟ್ರು ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಜರ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ. It was a very, very transformative experience. One of the seniors when we were preparing told this, that the exam is such that it gives you ನೀವು ಹಾಕುವಂಥ ಮೇಹನತ್ಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್. The way your world view changes, this thing changes completely, you become a transformed personality, a complete all-round development. If you get a service, that's only a bonus, he says. The effort that you put in, you reap it in terms of the transformation that you undergo. The bonus service sigdre bonus anta ankobeku anta. So it is really a transformative experience that way. So I would for that experience I would subscribe this thing. But understood? Answered your question. General public ge subscribe banta marta illa. So this is the this thing. I've answered all questions, I believe. Aita? Any question left? Idrunu nange time illa. Actually, I was supposed to start a meeting at 11 o'clock. It's around 12. Somebody is starting the meeting. I'll go and join. So, have I confused you more? That was the intention. Huh? I have not confused you. You have to muddy the water. That's when clarity will come. So think not just about the civil services. Think about what this thing, because ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ you should feel happy and content there. Otherwise it will become very difficult. Not just this thing, any other profession. ಅದು ಯಾವುದು which will keep you happy ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ this is your last chance. Second year, third year, whoever you are, this is your last chance to explore and search and understand. Okay? I was thinking I'll speak for 10 minutes and leave. So thank you for being patient and this thing. Yenaitu, your reactions are illa. I didn't ask you to clap, da. I was asking, why are you all looking so? I've completely confused you, huh? Scared you or something. That was not the intention. ನಾವೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಅಂತ ಬಂದರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಹಾಂ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಫಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಭಯ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಫಿಯರ್? Okay, think about it, but it's better you think now than later. This is your opportunity to think. But don't wait for anything, not just civil services. Every opportunity which is going to come, jump, take it up, read, start exploring. It is not going to cost you anything except for your time and effort. Give that. You deserve that much, no? You deserve your time and effort more than anything else, right? It's about you. So please spend that time and energy and thought, because you are making the most important decision about you. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಏನೋ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕು ಏನೋ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಟೈಮ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪರ್ ಸೆ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ 50% examination. In your class, whoever got 50%, will they be topper? In any academic setup, UPSC topper is 51% ashta. That is the maximum. You understand? So not saying that they are average. What I am saying is it's only the competition. Per se, what you learn and what you have to study is not, something dramatically this thing. Just pick up something where you will be happy reading it. So you will have to live with it for a couple of years. Preparation itself will take you 1 year, and the journey itself will take you 1 year. First attempt ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು crack ಮಾಡೋದು. And always give you not more than 1 or 2 attempts. 5-year plan ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಡಿ. ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಜನ ಬರ್ಬಾದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಜೀವನದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದುವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. 1 attempt or 2. You keep trying. I am not saying you should stop. You give yourself only that much. Please don't expect your society or family or anybody to give you more opportunity than that. ಅದು ಆದ ನಂತರ ಪುಕ್ಸಟ್ಟೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. You go pick up your fallback option, whatever your profession is, start working there. Parallelly keep giving. Nothing wrong. 80% of my batchmates are people who have given the examinations. ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು 1 ತಿಂಗಳು 2 ತಿಂಗಳು ಲೀವ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾಡಿದವರೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಇದೇ 100% ಅಂತ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲ ಮುಗಿದೋಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 1 attempt ಯು ಗಿವ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, 1 or 2 attempt, ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸಾಕಾ? ಏನಪ್ಪ satisfied? Have I answered some questions of yours but added more dilemma to you? Okay, all the very best. So how many of you are going to crack it? Not just the question of civil services, how many of you are going to crack the question of understanding where you want to be and put sincere 100% commitment to reach wherever you want to go? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಲೆಕ್ಚರೇ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಆಲ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Ask the principal to give a memento to our DC. Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable and personal experience. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. We have an honored police officer amidst us today to share the scales of highs and lows of the justice system. I call upon ACP Mahesh Kumar sir to take over the platform.
ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನಗೂ ತುಂಬ ತಡವಾಗಿದೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಕೋರುತ್ತಾ, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ DC ಸಾಹೇಬರು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು 2 ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳಕು ಚೆಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೇನು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಂದೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಏನು ಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವಿವೇಚನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿತೈಷಿಗಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಅನುಭವ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾವು ಈ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆಗೆ ಭರ್ತಿ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲವು ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು, ನಗರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯಿತು ಇದು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ವಿಪುಲ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಆ ವಿಪುಲ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನನ್ನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮನೋಭಾವಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂಥದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ DC ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ನಿನ್ನಿಂದ 10 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ರೂಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಂಗಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಮನೋಭಾವನೆಯನ್ನು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ತೆಗಿಲಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನವನ್ನು, ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಬರಬೇಕಾಗೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೇನು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಅದನ್ನು ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ. ದಾರಿ ತುಂಬ ಇದೆ. ಏಕೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಜೀವನ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸಾಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಯಾಕೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಕೆಲಸ ಇದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನೋವಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾಡನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು, ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಇರುವಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುವಂಥವ್ರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸರು. ನೀವು ನಾಡಿಗೇನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ತರಬೇಕು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಯಾವ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಕೂತು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಬದಲು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಸಮಾಜ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸಮಾಜವಾಗಿ ರೂಪುಗೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾತ್ರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಓದಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ಅದು ಯಾವುದೂ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕೆಲವರು ಬೆಳಗಿಂದ ಸಂಜೆ ತನಕ ಓದ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಬರೀ 2 ಗಂಟೆ ಓದ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ವು. ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಓದಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಓದಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಅದನ್ನು ದಯಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾರಾಂಶ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಹೊರತು ಬೇರೆಯವರು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಏರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟಕರವಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಓದಿ, ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಓದಬೇಡಿ, ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಸುಲಲಿತವಾಗಿ ಅದು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಹತ್ತಿರವಾಗಿ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಈ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾಡನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜೀವನ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಯುವಜನತೆಯನ್ನು ತಮಗೇನನ್ನ ಬೇಕನ್ನೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ನಾನು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಮಾದಕ ದ್ರವ್ಯದ ದಾಸರಾಗಿ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವಜನತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀವು ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಿ ಸಮಾಜಮುಖಿ ಚಿಂತನೆಗೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದ ರೂಪ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನೀವು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ರೂಪುಗೊಳ್ತೀರಿ. ಅದು ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಕಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಳಿಲು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ಇಡೀ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಂದ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ DC ಅವರು ಆ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸರ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆಯವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆ ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ. ನೀವು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಥರ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ. ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಪೊಲೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸುವಂಥ ಪೊಲೀಸೇ ಬೇರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಾಸ್ತವದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪೊಲೀಸೇ ಬೇರೆ. ನಿಮಗೂ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಬದಲು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಬನ್ನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ. IPS ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು KSPS ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸಬ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಯು ಟು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅ ಪೊಲೀಸ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ಪೊಲೀಸ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್.
I request Mr. Naveen, the Chairman of Career Guidance of Rotary Club, to present the memento as a gesture of appreciation. It's a job, it's a mission to create a world where no one is left behind, where education is a powerful force for positive change, and where the potential of every individual is not only recognized but celebrated. The vivacious and exuberant is our final speaker for the day, Srimati Meera S. Pandit. I request Mitali Yu, a third year BCom student, to give a short introduction of Srimati Meera S. Pandit.
Srimati Meera Suresh Pandit is our current Joint Commissioner of Commercial Taxes, Admin, DGSTO, Mangaluru. She joined the Government of Karnataka as an Assistant Commissioner of Commercial Taxes in the year 2006. In recognition of her service, the Government of Karnataka has conferred upon her an award for her contribution towards the field of e-governance in 2013. She has been the only recipient of such an award from Kalyana, Karnataka region. She has worked in Kalburgi at various offices until 2019, especially to improve tax compliance levels and also to curb the menace of tax evasion. She has also tackled a few sensitive cases of tax evasion, especially construction sectors and luxury tax sectors. Ma'am was promoted as Joint Commissioner of Commercial Taxes 4 years ago to Mangalore. She has been immensely involved in the GST training programs as a master trainer. I humbly extend an invitation to you to grace the podium and generously share your invaluable insights. Your perspectives will undoubtedly enhance the richness of our session. Over to you, ma'am.
Reverend Father, my respects to you, sir. My respects to all the Rotarians. A very good morning to the faculty and the students of Aloysius. I just want to ask one question. All of us have passed 10th with mathematics as a compulsory subject. One simple question. A number is increased by 10% and then decreased by 10%. Would it remain the same? Would it increase? Would it decrease? Rapid fire. Increases, how many of you? Decreases, how many of you? Remains the same? How many of you say remains the same? Please raise. Increased by 10% and then the number is decreased by 10%. It always decreases. Take for example 100, increase by 10%, it becomes 110. Reduce that by 10%, you have to reduce 11 out of that. 110 minus 11 would be 99, it always decreases. Why I gave this question is we always think that IAS exam, KAS exam as it is commonly termed, it's actually the civil services exam. The civil services exam is not just about books, it's not just about reading and writing, but understanding the implication of all that we have learned. You have to board a flight and you are asked to jump off the flight. If you dare to jump off the flight, you are offered 1 crore award. How many of you are ready to take this jump? Instantaneously you are expected to answer. How many of you are ready to take off the leap and grab that 1 crore award? Nobody. Easy money. Yes? Do you have to think so much? 1 crore is not a small amount. Speak up, please. Nothing is provided to you. No. A blank no from everyone? Anybody willing to take the leap? No. Somebody, yeah? Exactly. That's the point. Somebody was asking what kind of questions are asked in the personality test. How was your personality test? That was a question posed before DC sir. The moment this offer is given to you, the first thing that the interviewer is expecting from you is, first you have to check whether the flight is moving or landed. If it is landing, it's a few feet. Wouldn't you risk yourself with some fracture, minor fracture, and grab away that 1 crore rupees? If it is flying, just to misdirect you, I have shown the flight. If it is flying from kilometers together, you would not offer to take a jump. But definitely if it is landed, you would think of it. So how the panel expects you to think, because in a situation, we are all talking of civil services for the society, for solving the problems of the society, to offer our best to the society. If you want to offer something to the society, then you should understand the situation, raise questions pertaining to it at the appropriate time, and then find a solution. We have this toughest security at the Indo-China border for all the security concerns. There was one man who was going from the Indian border towards the Chinese country. Crossing the borders, you have a lot of security forces installed and they have a very thorough check. During the check, they observed that this man who is moving on a bike has a big bag placed on his back. So the security forces stopped him. They asked him, what is there in the bag? He said, this sack contains just some sand. People were surprised as to why this man has to carry sand all the way from India to China. Is China falling short of sand? That too as small as a bag of it. He went, they checked, they did not find anything. Then they sent him, he went to China. The next morning he reappears, moving on a bike, carrying again a bag of sand. Now they felt a little suspicious. They thought there could be some chemicals inside which are hidden. Must be there are some drugs which are hidden, concealed. So they opened up the whole thing, they did not find anything, and then they let him go. The third day he again reappears and they find another sack of sand. This time they felt more suspicious about his movement. They took some sample of sand, sent it to the laboratories to get it tested, to check if there's some radioactive material, to check if there are some chemicals, and they find nothing in it. The reports are provided and there's nothing evasive there. This happens for about a week. When this whole episode is going on for a week, the same person, the checking is going on, they're not finding anything in the sand. There is one small Gorkha present there, a small security guard present in that team. And after the fourth day, he tries to intervene and he says, Shabji, main kuch bolu. But these officers, high level officers, high profile officers, they say, tu chup baithna, hum apna kaam kar rahe hain. Fifth day also he attempts, Shabji, thoti si baat hai, mujhe bolna hai. Arre humko apne kaam karne do. We have sent these samples to the lab, we have sent it to the scientists, they're all verifying, you please keep your mouth shut. This is how he was snubbed all the way. And after about a month, it took them a month's time. After about a month, they realized that they are unable to find anything wrong with that person who has been moving from the Indian territory into the Chinese territory. Finally, on the 31st day, that Gorkha, the security guard, is permitted to speak up. Shabji, kuch to bolna hai, bahut urgent hai. Then one officer happens to be a little generous to listen to him. He says, ठीक है बोलो, क्या बोलना है? He says, साहब, आप तो रोज वो रेत की बैग निकाल के उसमें सैंपल लेके लेबोरेटरीज को भेज रहे हो, टेस्ट कर रहे हो, उसमें कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है. लेकिन असल में वो रोज हमारे भारत देश से एक बाइक चुरा के वहां छोड़ के आता है. He is smuggling bikes from India, selling them in China, coming back by some other mode of transport, picks up another bike the next morning, and then he rides it back to China. This was happening for 30 days. So we lost 30 bikes. Are you able to learn something out of this story? Our focus was on the bag of sand. He tried to mislead the forces by deriving our attention towards that bag of sand which was loaded at the back on his bike, whereas he was actually stealing the bikes from Indian territory. So what we read and how we read, don't focus on by-hearting things. Don't focus on mugging up just the syllabus for the sake of exams. If you end up focusing only on the syllabus and the exams, your score, the gold medal, etc., then it is only the bag of sand that you are focusing on. If you really want to be analytical in approach, having a reasoning, then it is the Gorkha who identified that it is the bike that is being stolen and not the sand. The sand was only a misleading factor. So if you want to prepare for the civil services exams, you have to reorient your learning. You have to see that you are now focusing on analysis. You all must be aware of the pattern of examination, the preliminary exams and the main exams. The preliminary exam has two papers. One is the general studies and other is the ability test. You have negative marking here, 400 marks in all, 200 papers each, 200 marks for each paper. You have negative marking to the extent of minus one third for each wrong answer. So this is one elimination test that will screen out the non-serious students, the non-serious applicants. And after crossing the qualifying barrier, you are qualified for the main exam. This main exam is split into two, the written exam and the personality test. The written exam is for 1750 marks running into various papers. Here you have one Indian language paper. You can choose a language of your choice. Indian language, 300 marks. Then English, this is basically to test your minimum communication skills. The Indian language and English, both are to test our minimum communication skills. English paper is also for 300 marks. Then you have one general essay paper. This general essay is to see the grasp of any subject that you opt to choose. They are giving you 6 topics. One could be related to the field of science, another something of a social concern, one could be related to environment, another could be related to some current event, one issue could be related to some international issue, a burning topic which is disturbing all of us. For example, the Israel-Palestine issue right now, something like that. So another could be an economic issue. So around 6 topics are enlisted and you are supposed to choose just one topic. Essay is to be written in 3 hours. We are all used to writing essays in about half an hour. You must be wondering, why do we need 3 hours for one essay? That carries, this essay has 250 marks. Why should we need 3 hours for an essay? How well you draft your essay depends on how well you plan for it. If you have to write an essay for 3 hours, you are expected to spend 2 hours only on planning. Gather all the material, all the information, all the knowledge you have pertaining to that topic that you have chosen. Spend about 10 minutes to first choose the topic you want to write upon. And then you spend about 1.5 hours to get all the material at one end, enlist them, and then you set them in a sequence. Essay also has a pattern. You first give the intro, then you run into the matter, the advantages, disadvantages, merits, demerits, and then finally you conclude. So you have to set a sequence, kind of synopsis, and then start drafting. So your drafting of essay would be only for the last 1 hour. 250 marks are not just simply allocated there. It is to see how well you think and then how well you draft it in your essay. Hereafter, you have 4 papers pertaining to general studies, each paper carrying 250 marks, 3 hours for each paper. Now, this general studies split into 4 different papers. They check how well you know about everything around you. Everything on the earth and above the earth is covered here. About the Constitution of India, economics, geography, science and technology, current affairs, sports, art and literature, Indian history, everything. And the statistics, data interpretation also comes here. Why do they test data interpretation? Why should you know about statistics? Because once you join the government service, everything is measured in terms of statistics. How well you can interpret a bar graph or a pie diagram, all that is tested here. So you have this main exam in the written form for about 1,750 marks. Once you qualify here, then you have to appear for the personality test. What is the personality test all about? Subject knowledge is already tested in your main written exam. The personality test is not about how much you know about the subject, but how well you are trying to understand the situation. They give you an instance to think about. For example, we have the Kadri Park. Around the Kadri Park, suddenly some people gather and they start a demonstration. It's a communal demonstration. How would you handle that situation? For that, you are expected to be aware of the local composition of the population, how they react to what, how civilized are they, how would they take your action. Do you suddenly resort to a lathi charge, or can you convince the people by speaking to them? So this grasp of information from where you hail from, that is taken. How well you are judging the situation. Are you jumping to take a decision, or are you waiting to understand the situation and then take a decision? So the decision making capability of an individual is generally tested at your personality test. There is around 6 to 7 membered panel which is present to test you. While one is observing your thinking capabilities, the other is observing your psyche, your emotional connect, your reasonability, and the one person is totally just concentrating on your physical appearance and your the way you're handling yourself. Few of us do that. The moment we get tensed, we keep pressing our fingers hard. No, all that is observed. Are you cool enough? And if they sense that you're tensed, they would also try to relax you. They will offer you a glass of water so that you're relaxed and then give your normal best in your normal condition. So this is how the personality test would judge your decision-making ability, your concern for the society. One of you were asking, what about the finances? Balance between the family and the job that you are on. Would it be possible? Are you willing to make it possible would be the question. Do you want to do it? And when you are falling into civil service, it is not just you, but you will be bringing your family in. It's your wife, it's your children, or your husband and the children, because the commitment that I as an individual would be doing would also be wanting the same from the family members too. We may have to reach home late in the night at 11:30. I may have to start back in the morning early by 6:30. That family time is missing. But yes, your family support does matter. It's not just about finances, but about the emotional, the psychological, the behavioral, every kind of balance that you need to set with your family. Otherwise, there will be a breakdown. So before you enter into a family commitment, you should make it known that this is your job profile, what it commands and how you want to go ahead with it, what kind of cooperation you are expecting from your family members. There's an old joke. It seems those who do good, they go to heaven, and those who do bad go to hell. It's a belief, it's up to your belief. But let me draw you to the logic of this. After having committed lots of sins, people started ending up queuing before the hell. The hell had 3 doors, 3 openings. One is the Russian, the second is the American, and third is the Indian. An Indian who just entered the hell found 3 doors, and he saw that there's a very small queue in front of the Russian door. Also a small queue in front of the American door. But when it came to the Indian door, there was a very, very long queue. Not just the Indians, but people from all other countries are queued up there, because after entering the door, you have a very good treatment. There's a demon inside, and it gives you some special treatment for having committed all these sins along the life. Now his curiosity was, which door should I choose? The Russian, the American, or the Indian? So he was struck there. Then he kept inquiring what's happening inside and why are there such small queues there in front of those 2 doors. He goes there and he inquires. They say, after you enter, there is a bed of nails. There's a bed of nails. Whoever has committed sin and has now entered hell will be first laid on the bed of nails, and then a demon comes. This demon was a civil servant in the erstwhile life. And that demon brings a hammer, hits you hard while you are lying on the bed of nails. So me, having sinned for so many years, have now entered the Russian door or the American door or the Indian door. Then I am made to lie on the bed of nails, and that demon comes and hits me hard with the hammer. After this, there is another treatment. That is, you are placed on an electric chair for 2 hours. And hands, legs all tied. The body is tightly tied to the chair. Then you are given the electric treatment. Shock for 2 hours. So that is what is hell all about. Then why is it so that there are so many people lined up in front of the Indian door, was his question. So then they answer, as you enter, you are supposed to have a bed of nails. All those nails were stolen by someone. Easier treatment, isn't it? All the nails have been stolen, so the bed is just a plank, a wooden plank. There's nothing to harm you. The nails are all stolen. And then the demon who has to come and hit you hard with the hammer was a civil servant once upon a time who never came to office in time. The office hours from 10 to 5:30 with a 45 minutes break in between for lunch. That person during his service used to come at around 11:30 or 12. We did not have any biometric attendance then in the earlier days. So come around 11:30 or 12, spend some few minutes and then go out for tea, come back, it is time for lunch, go back for lunch, relax for a while, come back, then it is around 4 o'clock, again some 10 minutes of work, again go back for tea, come back, it's now 5:30, pack up and leave. So this is the work culture of that demon who was a civil servant, Indian civil servant. So there is nobody to hit you with the hammer. And then the third part, the chair, the electric chair upon which the person was supposed to sit, and the shock treatment was to be given. The chair was out of order since ages. It's not working. So this is a very, very happy treatment at hell, right? That's why people all wanted to go and line up in front of the Indian door. This is how the Indians were joked about a few years ago. The Indian civil servants, that the Indians are thieves, that the Indians are not punctual in nature. This is what was, and everything is out of order. But now as we see, how is our country? In terms of progress, in terms of development, we have gone far beyond. You see highly committed civil servants working beyond the office hours, trying to give their best to the society. Everything is in place, law and order in place, and we have machinery, technology in place. India is spearheading this technological revolution. So the scenario has changed, and the role of the civil servants in this changed scenario becomes much and more important, especially with respect to Mangalore. Now I am coming down to Dakshina Kannada. In my department, we have a vacancy of 86% posts. Out of 100 posts sanctioned, only 14 are working and 86 are vacant. I hope you're getting my point. If there is 86% vacancy, it means there is a dearth of professionals, there is a dearth of manpower in this region. Why is it so? People from Dakshina Kannada do not want to take up civil services exams. I was just being appraised by father some time ago. He said, after about 80s, with the opening of so many medical colleges and engineering colleges, people have just drifted from the civil services to these two professional courses, and thereby nobody wants to take up these services. But don't we want civic amenities? Don't we want services? Don't we want good roads? Don't we want the smart city to do some good for our society? We do want. But why do you always want people from other divisions, from the other districts to come and serve here? People hardly come. Those who come will take change and go away. We need people here, and that is why this setup of you people coming, getting aware, making you aware of how to approach for civil services exams. Take up this for your own selves. This is for the betterment of your society and for your community. It is not for the others, because we are a part of this society. Let us help ourselves. Let us help our own community. Let us help our Dakshina Kannada. We have to come back as civil servants to this society so that we don't have dearth of personnel in this sector, in this region. We need people to come and work. And preparation for this, let me tell you, it is for all the average students. How much to read should never be the question. It's not how much you read, how you read. I just gave you that increase by 10% and decrease by 10%. So practically, when you apply whatever you have read, that is when it will help you understand things and implement it in life. How well you are going to implement in life is what matters. So the practical approach to all that you have read. To start with, how do we start? I remember one question was from there. How should we start with this preparation? To start with, just take up the high school level textbooks, NCERT textbooks, all the textbooks, be it civics, be it economics, be it science, biology, chemistry, physics, anything. The high school level textbooks, NCERT, is what we begin with. They will give you the foundation. Don't think that I have already graduated or I am already graduating, I already know too much, I have done my PU and then now I am doing my graduation. No. Please forget all that you have learnt. You have to unlearn and then start relearning things. Reorient the way you understand things, and that is when things will be smooth. So starting up with this, by the time you finish your graduation, you are thorough with all your high school level basic information, and then you can build upon that with the specialization. When you have to choose your optional for your main examination, please be very, very smart. Choose something that gives you a good score. I have read political science for 3 years, so I should maintain my loyalty to that subject. Political science is not the criteria. You have to pass, you have to clear this exam. So here you have to see which subject will grant you more marks. It may be a new subject altogether. I did my BSc in microbiology, chemistry and zoology, but for this exam I took up public administration and anthropology, totally unrelated to my graduation subjects. they help me score. So you have to see what is the subject that will help you score well, and a subject that will help you in general studies as well as your optional preparation. So that is how you will have to prepare. Too short a time, I know. The schedule got forwarded for some time for various reasons. I hope I am able to deliver. Please make your humble effort to identify what you want to choose for your future, and then pursue it without any second thought. There will be lots of hindrances, there will be lot of disturbances which may try to direct you to some other field, but stay tuned. As DC sir said, 2 or 3 attempts you should have a concerted effort, and thereafter you will have a standby. Wishing you all the very best and a very bright future. Also a very happy new year 2024. Thank you.
I call upon the President of Rotary Club, Kishan Kumar, to hand over the memento as a symbol of appreciation. I request our dearest Principal and Director, Reverend Dr. Pravin Matis SJ, to deliver the presidential speech.
Respected Srimati Meera S. Pandit, the Joint Director of Commercial Tax, Mangalore, and all the Rotarians, Rotarian Kishan Kumar, the President of Rotary Club, Mangalore, Rotarian Dr. Siddharth Shetty, Secretary, Rotarian Naveen N, the Chairman, Career Guidance Rotary Club, Rotarian Dr. Arjun Nayak, Director, Vocational Service, Rotary Club, and the distinguished Rotarians seated here of the days, and my dear members of the faculty. But anyway, we had a wonderful session for the beginning of this academic year. DC came though little late because of his busy schedule, but he gave us a very good understanding. Then Shri Mahesh Kumar, the ACP, also spoke to us and gave you that kind of an encouragement. And the best comes at the end. Srimati Meera S. Pandit beautifully explained to all of you. I'm sure you all have enjoyed with the way she explained things. I think all of us, were rapt attention, were listening to her, all the questions and how the ideas we need to have, how we need to prepare for the civil services, and what kind of an attitude we need to have. First of all, the questions that she raised, and we need to just know how much we study, but how you study. I think you all have gathered some important tips, and these tips are very, very important. I think for your future career, as you're all here, all of you, those are registered and interested, those of you come here, and I'm sure you will get the best out of what this session was today. 3 sessions, unfortunately, Dr. Shankar Ganesh could not speak because of his busy schedule. Otherwise, he has written a book. I'm sure we'll get him back again. And at this moment, I would like to especially thank all the Rotarians for giving us this opportunity in the beginning of this academic year. Shall we give them a huge round of applause? So they have been taking a lot of interest. Most of them are our students, and they are here. They would like that our students here would like to do their studies, and especially would give and commit themselves to either UPSC or KPSC, because these services are very, very important for this nation and for our district. And you as students studying in this prestigious institution should think of attempting them and also learn something more. How many of you know that St Aloysius College has its own civil services center here? How many of you know? All of you know about it, thank God. That's the first thing, because that's not situated in this place here. That is situated in Gonzaga School. That's why I thought many of you wouldn't know. Now there is an important instruction or information that I would like to give you on this. We have the scholarship exam, the test, and we are working with Insight IAS. How many of you know that Insight IAS, which is in Bangalore? Any idea? Yes, some of you know. That's one of the best centers in the country. So we are collaborating with that center in the country, and the professors from there are going to come here and take classes. Some of you are already enrolled in this, and those who would like to enroll, in the coming year, the examination will be on the 4th February, that's on Sunday. The examinations will be in the morning, and that's a scholarship test. I would suggest that all of you take that test. Whether you get the first rank, second rank is different. But if you can attempt, you already made a journey into civil services. That's always the beginning. That's why the DC told you here in the beginning that you need not think much, but jump at it. You need to jump at action. Take action immediately. That's why we had a former president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, always used to say, dream, dream, dream. Dream turn into thoughts and thoughts into actions. So your actions should be immediate. And those of you who would like to write this examination, we'll send you the registration. Make an attempt. You don't lose. You don't have to pay anything for that. But there are scholarship tests. Those who get initial ranks or the girls would get some ranks, there will be some kind of a reduction in the examination or the tuition fees that you would like to pay. And there are others who support you continuously. All those kinds of things happen. But then this is a great opportunity that you have in Mangalore itself. Earlier, the students had to go to Bangalore or to Delhi or different places. Now you don't have to go. And also it is in the evening after your classes. As our DC was saying, always have two things in mind. When you're studying itself, if you start thinking of it, if you know what it is, because in the past, they had no idea. They had to do their engineering and medical or other studies, working, and then they come to know and then they attempt and write it. But if you start your thinking very early, it also happens that if you crack these examinations very early, you can also reach the highest level. Otherwise, it is only to some level that you can reach. Have great aspirations, have great ambitions, but at the same time, think about the civil services. The service that you render to your nation is very, very important. As Madam beautifully, with humorously gave you many examples at the end, she said about that beautiful story, saying that India has changed. Yes, India has changed and we are moving towards very good path. And you as students need to contribute. You need to really stay in your own local places and see that this country develops. That is our contribution to this country. Let it be our contribution. Start thinking about it and make an attempt, and let's all serve this country. I don't want to speak too long today because already we have got an understanding and you're here to get that understanding. I'm sure all of you have got whatever that you wanted to know today, and I'm grateful to the director, joint director who is here, who remained with us throughout the session, though came very early, and I am really grateful to her. Let's all once again give a huge round of applause to Madam, who stayed throughout. The others have to go. I'm sure she is also busy, but the commitment is higher. So she remained with us, and I'm grateful to her and grateful to all the Rotarians for supporting us. And also Civil Service Academy we have, and there we have got two of them, Janice and Mayola. I want also to thank them. Let's give them a huge round of applause for their support and their interest. Let's work together to build this nation through civil services. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Father. I would like to propose the vote of thanks. Standing here before you all with a heart full of gratitude, I first and foremost want to thank our DC for making his valuable time for us. Also to Dr. Shankar Ganesh IRS, who couldn't deliver his speech, to ACP Mahesh Kumar, and also to Srimati Meera S. Pandit for her valuable time and for staying for so long. We also want to extend our thanks to the Rotary Club members, especially to the President, Kishan Kumar, Dr. Siddharth Shetty, Dr. Arjun Nayak, and especially to Naveen N. Sir. He's been he planned almost everything for us and coordinated along. I request our principal to give a memento to all of the Rotary Club members. Finally, our deepest thanks to the keen audience for your active participation and engagement have made this program a resounding success. Your presence has added vibrancy and energy to this event, and we are grateful for your involvement. Thank you, students, for joining us. We disperse from here, and I request you all to have your refreshments on your way back. Thank you once again.